Those of you who watch the channel know I have reviewed some robot lawnmowers, and I got to admit I am really interested in the technology because these were introduced to me for the first time at a golf course superintendent show way back in the 90s. And they are making commercial robot lawnmowers nowadays. And for homeowners, this is actually a good idea, particularly for people that are on the go or folks that have gotten to a point where they're a little up in age and not want to push a lawnmower, for example. So I've done mostly RTK units. And for those of you who don't know much about robot lawnmowers, and maybe this is the first video you saw on it or want to know more about them, I do have others. However, there's basically two types. There's one that's an RTK system that talks to the satellite. The robot lawnmower talks to the satellite, and there's a base station that also talks to the satellite. Those are fairly sophisticated. The wire robot systems, and that's what this one is, the Yardcare E400 is a wired system where you actually put a wire around your yard and you basically keep it stays inside that perimeter that you put with a wire, very similar to the dog collars as far as keeping your dog in the yard. Very similar technology. And I really want to try these out because I'm kind of curious what the differences are between two. I'm going to show you what those are in this, and we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you how it cuts taller grass, which is one problem with robot lawnmowers that I have. I'm going to talk about the avoidance system, another problem that I have with robot lawnmowers. See how this one matches up with those two concerns that I have. And quality of cut, how hard is it to install? And we're also going to play around with the program, and I'm going to show you how the app works so that way you can work it when you need to. So anyway, we're going to talk all about in this video. So let's go get started. I'm going to show you, let's open up the box. Okay, let's open the box. I always like opening the box. I've got the box cam here for you guys so you can check out exactly how it comes when you get it. So open everything up here. All right, we have got, there are some pegs that, what these do, these will hold your cable down in case you need to put some wire across the grass. You can hold your cable down if you need to put it across. Here's the power cord, and we'll set that right here in case you need to take it across the turf area. Now, here are the little screws that actually will hold the base down, and you screw them into the ground, and it just keeps that base. It's not all that critical, but it does keep it from moving. And they've got a little something extra there, and I'm not sure what that is. I had to look in the instructions. It's one thing about doing these open boxes, you never quite know what it is. Here is the wire that actually you will put if you don't want it to go into another area. You'll have to put this cable down into the ground just a bit, so that way if it sort of they have them on robot vacuums where you put them on a stair where it won't go down and over the stair, but put that cable in, and that'll prevent it from doing that, going into areas where it shouldn't. Anyway, okay, and here's the unit itself. Now, and they've got all kinds of controls on this. They've got 2H, 4H, 6H. Here's the top, and that usually, I have to find this out, that should be the height of cut. Anyway, and then you have the stop button there. Here's the rain sensor on it. It's on the front. And I've seen these on other mowers. Basically what it is, when that little dish gets full of water, it actually connects those two, and it will tell it that it is too much rain, and it'll actually return to the base. Now, the nice thing about that is it helps your quality of cut. Because if it's cutting when it's wet, the quality goes down slightly. I've noticed, I have no reason for this one to be different. It actually cuts fairly well when the grass is wet or dewy. However, it's a better cut, and the clipping's a little bit more uniform as they go across the ground. Here is the instructions, which I need to read. Here's the base. Oh. And this just simply docks into here. I'm going to put the box here to the side. And this will dock right into there. And there you go.
I'll select first where I want the lawnmower to be, and then I'll install the boundary wire. Now, the boundary wire needs to be approximately 12 inches from the border. This is a landscape bed, for example, and any type of island that you would want to put that wire around it. Now, the wire needs to be connected. So if you have a landscape area like there to the left where I have that island, you'll just simply run the wire to that area, surround that area, and then go back as it's shown in the instructions here. But this is actually not that big a deal. It takes about as long to install the wire as it would be to program some of these RTK units. So this installation is not any more complicated. In fact, it's a little simpler than it is on some of the RTK systems that I've done.
To give this a good test, I have, for lack of a better word, cordoned off 1,000 square feet here in my tall fescue yard. And I'm going to go ahead and monitor how long it takes to cut 1,000 square feet. So that way it's a pretty good, easy calculation for you when you get it for your yard of how long it should take.
Now, the boundary wire, once it's put around the yard, you'll need to take the ends off of it so you can put it in these small clips. It's kind of like a stereo speakers. You can see there to the upper left what it looks like, and there's a power cord that comes in the left too. Now, this green light tells you have good connection. You can see where I'm taking it on and off, and that green light tells you signal going through it. Here's where I messed up. You need to take that signal wire through the base. You can see where that little pointer is going through there. Once you've done that, then you need to unlock it, and it tells you this in the instructions, and hit play. And then once you've done that, you need to set the hours that you want the mower to mow. Now, I went into 4 hours on the mower. So I sat it on 4 hours and then it started. And what it will do, it'll go across your yard. It's sort of like the old screensavers like you had on a old laptop. What it will do, it will come over, it will go to the end of your wire, and then it will turn around and then go in a different direction, just like this. And it will do this randomly over the area until it has completely cut the grass in that area. There again, I set this on 4 hours just to try and see how long it would take to do 1,000 square feet. Another test I did was I left a good bit of tall fescue really, really tall. This is something that some robot lawnmowers struggle with, is tall grass, and this one went over it pretty doggone well. What happens with robot lawnmowers is they have sensors in the front to avoid objects, and sometimes that's a bit of a disadvantage because if your grass gets a little taller, it won't mow it. You either have to manually go out there and mow it or take a push mower or a riding mower and mow that area down so the mower will actually mow it. That's not the case with this lawnmower, which is one of the advantages to having a simplified robot lawnmower is you don't have those sensors that are going to do things or have the robot do things that you really don't want it to do. Now let's talk about the app and the features of it. And obviously probably the biggest feature would be, of course, the mowing schedule. It gives you per day. And when you go into the day up there in the upper left, you can turn that day on or off. If you leave it on, the mower is going to mow. And then you'll give it the number of hours during the day you wish it to mow. And you want to give it as much as possible. I generally do it dawn to dusk in case there's a rain delay. Get to that here in a second of when you want it to mow. And for the next day, you just simply program the hours you wish it to mow, start to finish, and that does that. Now, there's also, if you have error codes, in case for some reason you have an error, you can look at that and see what's going on with the mower and be able to diagnose it. Now, as far as the rain delay itself, you can set this to how many hours, when it senses that it has rained, how many hours you want that delay to happen. So if you're in Florida, for example, it rains a little bit and then 5 minutes later the sun comes out and it's nice and dry, you may only put it on a half an hour or maybe 20 minutes, but you can go up to 3 hours on a rain delay. There again, that determines the quality of cut if it's mowing in the rain. As I said earlier, this is sort of the pattern that it mows. I've got this taller fescue, and you can really see the pattern of how it goes to the edge, turns around, and comes back, and just generally mows this area somewhat randomly to where it gets all of it eventually.
All in all, I think it actually did a very good quality of cut. Here's what it looks like on the bottom. And what you'll need to do, generally in maintenance of these things, you don't want to hit them with power washer. You basically just want to take a hose them off periodically. Some people do it every time. I'm not that sophisticated. So as far as my mowers, I'll do it probably once a week. Now, something else, as far as mowing with robot lawnmowers, if this is your first robot lawnmower, they will, and the RTK systems do it either tall grass, ones with the cameras and stuff. This one might because of time, but you need to kind of change your brain a little as far as mowing. Because when you mow your yard manually, you're going to hit everything. You can mow with this every day. And so if you do miss an area, and you can go ahead and mow the next day and it'll get that area. So do keep that in mind. You can mow every single day with these. As far as the blades, the blades on this one seem like they're pretty good. They'll probably last depending on the species of grass that you have. If it's a cool season grass, it's probably going to last. You're probably going to get at least 3 to 4 weeks out of it. On warm season grasses like Bermuda, I actually had it cut through some Bermuda. I actually had it scalp it to check. That's what it looked like here. I really wanted to check if this thing can go through thick, dense grass, and it did it very well. On warm season grasses, you're probably going to have to change those blades probably every 2 to 3 weeks. And they're a set of blades. It's not a big deal. And what I've also done, I've taken them and put them on and actually just flipped them over, and you'll get twice as much out of it. So on cool season grasses, you generally get 2 months out of them, ballpark 6 weeks to 4 weeks. On warm season grasses, that's probably going to be closer to 4 weeks, basically a month just flipping them over, and you replace them every now and again. They're not that much. So anyway, but that gives you an idea of what I've found with this robot lawnmower. And actually, the wired, I like the lack of sophistication of it. I do appreciate that a lot. And I think you could comfortably do 3,000 square feet with this in an 8-hour period. I think it would cut the entire area because it did the 1,000 square feet it took 6 hours. But there again, because of this area was smaller, it spent a lot of time turning. So, going into the edge and then turning back again as I show. If you have any questions on the mower, like I did when I was setting it up, forgot about that wire going down the middle. On the back of the manual, you'll have an 800 number, and they are there during business hours. So you have to call them then. They also have an email address, but that takes a little while for them to respond back to you. So I'd recommend going ahead and using that 800 number, or actually 855 number on the back of the manual if you have any technical questions during the day.
What the yard looked like when it was done, it cut the entire 1,000 square feet. Quality cut was very good. I thought it did very well, particularly on that tall fescue I had over there and that Bermuda grass. It went through both very well without a problem.
Few thoughts. I was a little leery of a wired system. However, I will say this. Putting in the wires takes about as long as it does to program another robot that may be what is known as an RTK robot, meaning basically it has the robot and a base station talks to a satellite, and that actually guides it around your yard, and you have to program that in. Here, you're putting in a wire, and it takes about the same time to put the wire in as does program it. And when you put the wire in, it's pretty much one and done. On occasion, if your RTK base station moves a little bit on those RTK systems, you got to completely remap your yard. So that's one thing. Okay, final thoughts. Manufacturer says 4,300 square foot on this. I would think that would be a maximum. It would be, I think, hard to get 8 hours. In 8 hours to get 4,300 square feet, but you probably could, particularly mowing every day. If you had 3,000 square feet, I think this would be a pretty good robot for you. So, because of, there again, the randomness and my little testing, it wouldn't turn as much. If you had a lot of islands, you also need to be cognizant of that. That might complicate things, and it might take a little longer to get everything covered. So, there's that. Those are, I guess, quote unquote, the negatives, so to speak. Positives, I do like the fact that there's no avoidance system. This thing is not as sophisticated as some of the RTK systems, and a lot of technology I know I'm 55. Okay. If you're under 35, you like fiddling with it, but sometimes they make things too doggone smart for their own good. And this one's not. It's fairly simple, straightforward. The installation is fairly easy. You border your yard. You keep that wire about 12 inches away from the edge of landscape beds, really up into the property line. There is a little app feature up there that lets you cut clear to the edge, and it does that edge cut pretty well. Some robot lawnmowers will leave a fairly significant border around the landscape beds and things, not more than what a weed whacker can get, but it's wider than what you typically have. This one actually does a pretty good job. It hugged my landscape bed over here fairly well, or actually all the landscape beds here fairly well. So anyway, if you're looking for a fairly affordable, entry level, not sophisticated robot lawnmower, and that you want to do a pretty good job of quality cut, this would not be a bad choice. So anyway, that's a review of Yardcare's E400 lawnmower. And I'm agronomist Greg Phillips. I hope this helps you with the purchase. Thanks for watching.